If we all closely look at the people which we surround ourselves with, we can probably observe that majority of them are part of the middle class. Some may belong to the upper middle class. Some may be in the middle or lower middle class. This may also include your teachers, the ones who probably gave you advices on finance. Even I personally learned those lessons too when I was a teenager, but the problem is, the teachers belong to the middle class and they have a middle class mindset. The problem in middle-class people teaching you life lessons is that they will never make you rich because they don't know how to be wealthy themselves. What they know is only to teach you to be in the middle class. So that's the reason in this video we are going to tell you 10 middle and lower middle class money traps to avoid if you truly want to be rich. Number 1. A car loan. The people of the middle class are more fond of cars than the rich. But the issue is they use money on their car they could use it to invest in other cash-flowing assets. The rich don't waste their money on purchasing nice cars. They just wait until they have passive cash flow from their assets to cover the cost of the car. For example, if I buy a piece of rental property and when the rent increases to $1,000 a month in cash flow, I can then afford a $500 a month car payment. If you are in urgent need of a car, then buy a used old one which is in a good condition. Buy one with cash, save the bulk of your money for something that make you a passive income. Number 2. Spending above your means. In the earliest stages of your life there can be a lot of pressure from your partner or others to buy a house and drive a great car. While having the finest things of life can make you happy for some time, but also they can be money traps that may keep you down for several years. There are many people out there who just want to have a new car just to match their job or a house and to show off in front of your friends. But that's what a guy with a loser mindset does, even though a car might make you feel slightly that you are the best. But when you come to know the reality that you are unable to make the repayment, it means that you are in a serious trouble. Also, the same thing goes for a house that sucks your entire lifestyle because you are unable to make the payment each month. Number 3. You avoid to plan for uncertain situations that may occur in future. If it's normal that a man in his 30s to still feel like he is smarter in handling his money, but still he is prone to disaster. But what makes a great time to take calculated risks and try new things? Also, it doesn't mean that you should completely avoid all the uncertain events like car breakdown or when there is an unfortunate medical expense pop up. In a situation like these, when you are unable to pay for these, can mean major stress and also taking an expensive debt that you can't afford. If you are in your 30s, it's the best time to stay in path and take responsibility for life's unexpected nature, and to build in a monthly savings toward an emergency fund. It's a good time to look at savings for other future needs. It may be to invest to improve your financial well-being or to retire young, whatever it is best to get the saved money earlier rather than later. Number 4. Using student loan to pursue a degree. Borrowing or using student loan debt to further continue your formal education is one of the common mistakes which many college graduates do. Though getting a degree will help you in gaining more financial benefits, in case if your future plan is climbing the corporate ladder, then a degree may be helpful, but what mistakes many students do is they choose a field that they are not further interested in, and later when they want to change their career paths, the student loan debt sits on their head which makes them unable to quit the jobs. But many students don't do a proper research of the cost of obtaining a degree and the amount of salary that they are going to earn. If the salary is lower than the monthly payment that has to be paid for the student loan, they are in serious trouble. There are many other better return on investments rather than investing your money on that piece of paper that is known as a degree. Number 5. Waiting until you are older to invest. Many of the middle-class families out there don't teach their children to invest. It is important to start investing right from the beginning when you're young. It's very important to start investing when you are in your 20s, because the power of compounding interest will help you to make more money over time. Initially, instead of getting into debt and then working your whole life to get out of the rat race, it is important that your kids need to learn to budgeting and then save in their 20s to invest. It doesn't really matter where you are currently in your life, but the important thing is to learn the skills the rich use to create wealth. Sometimes what you have always been taught is not the best advice, but the one thing we all should focus on is not to be afraid of debt. Good debts like fixed-rate mortgages and using the loan amount to buy cash-flowing assets can literally make you wealthy over time. Number 6. Credit card. Credit cards were created to keep people poor. Wealthy people don't carry balances on their cards as they can have interest that is upwards of 20%. You can never gain wealth if you have a credit card debt. In this modern age fueled by technology, it's very easy for you to access your credit cards and make payments for things you cannot afford. It's also surprisingly simple to max out your spending limits on your current credit cards and apply for new ones and start racking up more debt on that as well. The interest payments on these credit cards will keep you poor for the rest of your lives and strip away any chance you have at attaining financial freedom. But the key to keep your debts in control is by keeping your expenses below your income. Number 7. Not setting financial goals for your future. This is the major trap when it comes to money when you start moving in your 30s. If you are failing in making your financial decisions or not taking any actions and procrastinating. If you are going to go the distance and build wealth, you need a plan. Setting up a roadmap of a financial goal as well as some shorter-term goals is the first move. Then seeking advice from a professional on how to get there is critical to get accurate and reliable advice, because this is that easy. This is your hard-earned money. It's a bit more of a disaster if it's a flop. Number 8. Not investing. The key element for achieving financial freedom is investing as soon as possible. The earlier you begin, the sooner you will be able to achieve the freedom in your life, and also the money you have invested slowly starts snowballing. At one point of time, you will end up having a large amount of money flowing from your investments passively. The common thing why people avoid investing is because they want to enjoy the finest things of life before they get too old. On the other hand, people know that they have to invest, but they procrastinate and put it later for the day. Pay yourself first and then pay all other external expenses will help you to save and give first preference for your investments. Number 9. Thinking that you can be rich quick. Becoming a millionaire is not an overnight process. It's a long-term game which needs consistency, persistence, and patience. But building wealth is a boring and time-consuming process. It is not like a job where you work 9 to 5 and come home and watch television. No, that's not. Making steady income from your investments usually takes a long time. There are many ways that can speed up the process. Just ask a millionaire how much time it took him to reach that position. He would probably reply that it's a very lengthy process with many ups and downs. Many beginners try to replicate or go for shortcuts and fall into scams and lose money, for example, day trading or picking a hot stock. This will often result in loss of money. The last one is the important thing. Number 10. Choosing job security over freedom. Job security is the common thing that an employee will look for when he is working for a company. But it's not his mistake, because that is what we all were taught as kids, in both school as well as at home. The core reason why the major part of the Earth's population choose security over freedom and fall in the employee category is because they don't have other options. The fear of failure and making mistake holds them back. And also, most of us learn very little about money and home in school. It's natural that we cling ever more tightly to the idea of job security instead of reaching for time or financial freedom. If you guys closely observe, you'll notice that the category of employees is always motivated by security. On the other side, the category of entrepreneurs and investors are motivated by freedom. Well, at last, which of these money traps that is keeping you stuck in the middle class and fallen victim to, and which are you willing to avoid? It's critical to recognize these behaviors so you can make the proper adjustments. Begin to avoid these toxic traps now and you'll be glad you did. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed and found this video valuable, do like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video.